What's up, guys? Dr. Mo here, digital nomad physician at digitalnomadphysician.com. You can also find me at digitalnomadhealth.com, cardiachealthcoach.com, nomadphysician.com. So, in fact, the first group of people who are enrolled in my online course right now are they go on through Nomad Physician. That's where you can find the course, and they're going through it. And so, very excited that that website is also gaining more popularity, and engaging with these people who have enough faith in me and trust in me to take them through this course. So, welcome to La Vera, España. It's in Extremadura, and it is one of my girlfriend's friends says Extremadura is Dura, and it's something else I forgot, but like the Dura part is funny because she was saying that the summers are just super hot and then the winters are like kind of super cold. Now we're here in November, so the weather hasn't been that bad so far. It's been very lovely. Bit of rain over the past few days. We are a little bit south of Villanueva, and it's a finca, a farm that this couple has started, and they do pottery on it. It's really beautiful, and they rent this lovely space to us as an Airbnb, and we have the birds out front. I don't know if you guys can hear. No, you probably can't, but there's grapevines over there. I already picked some grapes, and I'm making some wine in the back. As we go on to our next adventures, I'll be carrying that in the car. You can hear the wind, and it's been drizzling today, so we go for walks. It's really beautiful. There's a great bakery over there. I forgot what it's called, but really good. Vera de la Vera, I think it's called, and masa madre. Oh man, she makes this pan de maíz and pan integral. Delicioso. So anyway, what did I want to say? So a buddy of mine reached out to me, and he's a family medicine doctor like me. He's kind of done a lot of urgent care, and he was reflecting on the past few careers that we've had. By that I mean, we've been at different medical groups, from Kaiser Permanente to where he's at right now in Arizona. We did primary care, we did urgent care, and he has a family. He's different. He's in a different chapter in his life. We're both the same age, 45, and he's got a family. He's got kids, and his wife isn't working because she has to take care of the kids. It's a full-time job. She's working, but that's her job. That's the job that they've decided to pursue for her, and the job he's decided to pursue for him is urgent care. And I think what's been very fascinating to me over his journey and over the time that him and I have just kind of stayed in touch. So I've noticed that over this time that we've kept in touch, he has in some ways kind of looked at my life and said, I kind of wish that I did certain things the way you did. Maybe I wish that I was financially independent earlier, and I had this and I had that. And not that he's jealous in any way, shape or form. And then I look at his life and I see some other things. I see that he is consistently making a lot of money. He's bought a really nice house in Arizona. It's paying down the mortgage and, accumulating equity. So in a way, both of us have chosen this different path and journey. And for me, certain things are easier because I don't have kids. And for him, certain things are easier because he has a family, he has the support, he has kids and everything else. But what matters is that all of us as physicians, we don't just consider ourselves as physicians who have to get a job at Kaiser Permanente, at Dignity Health, at Cigna, at Samaritan, at Good Sam, or UCLA, or Harvard, or Cleveland Clinic. That's not us, right? What we need to kind of envision is the long-term career that we as physicians will have and have. What I mean by that is there are these chapters in our lives. Sorry, the sun's gonna go in and out, so you gotta get some coloration changes. There's gonna be chapters in our lives, in our careers as physicians. There's gonna be a time when you really, especially when you come out of residency, it's nice to go into one system and learn that system, know what it's like to follow somebody's lead, know what it's like to direct your staff, nurses, medical assistants, LVNs, whatever, teach some medical students, residents, if that's what you're interested in, but maybe just get your, feet wet and become comfortable in that position. See a lot of patients, show up to work, carry a full-time schedule, and learn the basics of finances. Because what the industry, unfortunately, banks on is that the average physician is going to spend a lot of money on cars, a lot of money on homes, and they're going to be very bad with their finances. In fact, a lot of these financial products that are marketed to physicians. The get rich quick schemes of real estate and business, and day trading stocks. Everybody wants to make a lot of money day trading, of course, and everybody makes a lot of money for about 8 years at a time, and then there's like a 2 to 3 year crash where everybody loses most of the gains that they've ever had, and then they'll do it again in the next eight years, kind of these cycles, 5 years, 8 years. And unfortunately, now all that stress builds up and all that stress accumulates, and all the money they made in those 8 years they spent or they didn't really. So in general, we all end up very similar. Those of us who kind of save a little bit but consistently and grow it at a consistent amount, and those who just day trade like crazy. I would even say that those who day trade, according to Dr. Bernstein and a lot of other experts, Mr. Bogle, they end up actually worse off, especially when you're doing day trading. So we have to learn finances, we have to learn the law, we have to learn legal stuff. We get sued, of course. Yeah, it's understandable. There should be a way for patients to have an outlet, and they should be sued. This is America. It's the way it's going to be. And we're going to deal with medical board investigations and burnout and social stuff and depression, etc. So there's going to be chapters. There's going to be these chapters in our lives. So when you first come out of residency, finish medical school, you get your first job. It's great to just feel that stability, what it's like to have $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 coming in consistently. And then you got to start thinking, what does the next chapter of my life look like? If I enjoy this, enough, and I'm not suffering from it, great. I do that for the next 10, 20 years, and then you turn 50, and you start thinking about, what does the next chapter look like? Well, at 50, you can still go out on your own and do something completely different. My buddy was saying that he's considering kind of leaving clinical medicine. Not that he's suffering right now doing what he's doing, but he's thinking about leaving clinical medicine. What would that look like? Well, so many opportunities leaving clinical medicine. You can do consulting, you can do education, you can do teaching, you can start your own practice, you can do investing, right? Because you've accumulated wealth and people trust you because you're a physician. You can also go into the insurance industry or the research industry, pharmaceutical industry. There's great stuff coming out of pharma school. I talk a lot of shit about pharmaceutical industry, but there's a lot of great things in the pharmaceutical industry as well. Like there's a lot of great technology coming down the pipeline, I think. So what is your chapter, right? What is your chapter as a physician right now? Because mine right now is I'm in discovery. I'm doing the health coaching, I'm doing the virtual medicine, I'm teaching the virtual medicine course, I'm doing the consulting with physicians, and I'm consulting for other healthcare companies like medical device companies, etc. And previously in artificial intelligence and big data stuff. That's where I'm at, because I need to find out what it is that I really enjoy and what things are going to take me to the next step. And along this way, I'm always going to be in discovery mode. My feelers are going to be out, and I'm going to see what is out there, what is it that I like. In your 40s, to me, it is one of the worst things that you could possibly do to think that you have no choice but to just show up to work and make money because I have kids, because I got mortgage to pay, because I got bills. Everybody has that same excuse. Everybody has that excuse. While in another country, maybe think about India, think about Iran, think about Pakistan, think about Afghanistan and Turkey and all these other places where you don't have as many opportunities. You kind of are in a particular sector in life. You're in a particular social class even. And that's what you're going to earn. Those are the opportunities that you have. We're not that, dude. We're physicians. We can do whatever. We can do a lot of stuff. We can choose between business class and economy. Let's just leave it at that. I mean, you can buy a Tesla. Who can buy a Tesla? I don't even see Teslas here in Spain. Hardly any. There's a lot of rich people in Spain. They're rich compared to all the other Spanish people here. They're not rich compared to Americans. So if you have that opportunity and in your 40s you're wasting it away, and I really mean wasting it away, showing up to work, commuting 1 hour to work, and like working for somebody else so that you can make a lot of money to pay off a mortgage that you don't really care about, that to me doesn't make sense. But if in your 40s you do feel that there is an opportunity to pursue something, to take a risk, that's the time to take it. Now you might think, no, I can't take a risk because I got a 14-year-old kid and I got a 15-year-old kid and I got a kid going to college. That's the story you can tell yourself. And then you can tell me the story that, Mo, you have no idea how good you have it because you don't have kids. That's the story since the beginning of time, right? That I was born with this handicap, I don't mean physical handicap. I was born with this one thing. I was born in this one family, and therefore I can't do certain things. And I have kids, therefore I can't do certain things. I have this responsibility, therefore I can't do certain things. But it's not, in the end, when you're 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years old, none of these old stories that we told ourselves are real, right? You are here now at 40, and if right now you're in a stable job and you're okay with it, and you're like, hey, I can make money, I can pay down my mortgage, I can do this, and I'm not suffering. It's okay. I'm fine with a 1-hour commute. I'm fine, listening to this shitty boss or doing this work that's kind of annoying. I'm fine with it. It's fine. It's not making me suffer. Great. That's what you should do. You should pursue that, but you should save that money. What I mean by that is, don't just take the money and buy the Tesla. Don't just take the money and pay down a mortgage, that house that you don't see a lot of future value in, even though that's unlikely, right? In America, most homes end up accumulating a lot of value. Take that money and invest it savvy, invest it wisely, invest it with a plan, right? Don't day trade, dude. Don't day trade. Everybody wants you to day trade. The whole market is designed for you to think that you can make money day trading. And a lot of people a lot of you are making a ton of money day trading, but that's because it's pretty much a full-time job, or at least a very strong part-time job, because you go to bed stressing about your money, wake up in the morning stressing about your money, wake up early to trade on your time in your time zone, and then you're constantly thinking about it throughout the day, and you're constantly checking it. So not only do you have the extra stress and responsibility of this extra job, but that's why you're probably making a lot of money. But is it worth it, right? Could you just put it in some account for 5% and just let it grow? That's quite a lot of money, A lot of physicians have made really good money that way, and then later invested in real estate or whatever. But if you're not in that place where you're enjoying your job and you're suffering, cut back, go part-time, work less, find a different job, keep applying to different jobs, change jobs 20 times. I've had 15 different jobs over the past 5 years, and I'm very comfortable with it. And in fact, when employers ask me, it seems like you've changed a lot of jobs, so it's kind of a red flag for us. We don't really think that you might be a good fit because you're probably going to leave. I'm like, well, yeah, if the job is bad, and if the job is not my fit, I'm probably going to leave because I'm not going to be ineffective being there for you. But totally understand if you have to pass on. And some do, most don't, right? They can see the value of an employee that, man, if we can keep this guy, he's probably going to do really good work for us. As far as what to do, yeah, that's difficult. But I think if there is this tickle inside you that says, I should have my own practice, I should do my own coaching, I should get into health coaching, I should get into fitness, obesity, weight loss, I should get into mental health, whatever it is that you think, if that is the tickle inside you, it's probably worth it to take the next 5 years and just drain your bank account, put all that money in there, because guess what? The worst thing you're going to fall back on is working for UCLA, making $240 an hour. Boo-hoo, right? I mean, what do you got to lose, right? I mean, if you're a dentist, MD, DO, family medicine doctor, pharmacist, if you're a chiropractor, if you're a, whatever, orthopedic surgeon, you're always going to have a very well-paid job to fall back on. There's always going to be somebody willing to hire you, physical therapist, But this is the one opportunity you're going to get to take that risk. And I don't think it's going to be the same when you're 50, because at 50, you're going to start feeling the pressure of needing to save money. You're going to start feeling the pressure of your brain slowing down a little bit, feel the pressure of your joints maybe not working the same way you would want them to. Some of your peak of your health, of course, at 55, I get that, but most of us won't be. And so planning for that and thinking of your life as chapters makes a lot of sense. I am traveling through the world right now and doing this digital nomad life because at 50, I don't think it's going to be that easy. Sleeping in that bed is not going to be that easy. Getting up and it's super rainy and I got to walk through mud is not going to be that easy. Driving a tiny stick shift car through horrible ditches, coming up these dirt roads, it's not going to be easy at 50. My vision's not going to be the same. We all like to think we're going to be okay, but it's not going to be the same. I know that because I'm right now at 45. I am so different than 35. I have so many things and I'm a hardcore rock climber and I work out and I lift weights, and it's very different. It's very different, the capabilities and the things that I can do and the construction work and physical stuff and the mental stuff, the stamina that I have. But taking the risk and not saving money taking the risk and taking your savings out and putting it in this, that's not a loss. That's an investment. That's an investment. That's a very calculated risk, right? If your passion is to open a school for kids and educate them, that's, if you want to open a language school, that's the thing you should do. If you want to start your own virtual medical practice, by the way, buy my course for your virtual medical practice, only $1,500. That's what you should do. If you want to open a physical practice, that's what you should do. You should take that risk. Take the money out of the fucking savings account. Drain the 401k. I drained my 401k twice and I'm worth more than $1 million. And everybody said you're an idiot. My financial advisor said I'm an idiot. I still think that at the time I was an idiot because I bought it. I took that money to buy a Hummer and other dumb stuff. But, I also have done it for good reasons, is what I'm trying to say, is that, and there's many people who invest wisely, but having your money in a house, having your money in a 401k, that does protect you, right? In many legal courts in many states, if you ever get sued, if there's a divorce or anything like that, usually the money you have in a retirement account, the money you have in a home is protected. So guys, I just kind of wanted to say that don't be afraid to take a risk. Don't pay attention to the economy crashing and inflation. And, people are posting on Reddit about how can anybody afford a 7% mortgage? Because they're not buying $1 million house. Like, you're a dumbass, right? I'm not saying that person's a dumbass, but if you have to ask yourself, how can I possibly afford buying a house if it's at 7%? It's because you're buying $1 million house. If you're buying a $200,000 house, 7% doesn't mean much. A $300,000 house, 7%, you're not paying more than $2,000 a month. That's quite doable for most Americans, average income of $70,000. So don't pay attention to the media. Don't pay attention to what somebody tells you to do. Don't pay attention to your traditional financial advisor who tells you need $8 million in your retirement account. What the fuck are you going to do with $8 million in your retirement account? Tell me what you're going to do with $8 million in your retirement account when you're 75 years old. I genuinely want to know, because you're going to die with that money. You're going to have to either donate it or you're going to die with it. Now, I'm not saying don't accumulate that. Go become a decamillionaire, centimillionaire. That's fine. But that's got to be something that you really love to do. That's got to be your passion. Anyway, guys, check me out at digitalnomadphysician.com. I usually don't ask this, but subscribe to the channel if you're interested. More importantly, don't subscribe, but do share it with somebody else, another physician, this is mostly a physician channel, that you think would benefit from this. Take care.